All right, guys, welcome back to In the Pressbox, episode 36. Roll the music. All right, everybody. Today we have viewing pick of the week, the NFL, the MLB, soccer, ranking the top 5 hardest sports to go pro in, predictions and statements and all that to round it out. My name is Benjamin, and you guys are?
Aiden.
And I'm the Mr. Alex.
All right, welcome back in the press box. Let's get started, you guys. So NFL, football is officially back for the next 28 weeks starting on Thursday, so really soon here. So the Hall of Fame game is featuring the Jets and the Browns this year. Zach Wilson will start looking for redemption and resurgence, and Kellen Mond, meanwhile, will get the nod, followed by Dorian Thompson-Robinson for the Browns. Who are some players that you're excited to watch in this game? You know, they're playing obviously they're resting a lot of their starters, but who are you guys excited to watch? I'm excited for Zach Wilson, just to start us off.
Yeah, I'm also kind of excited for Zach Wilson. I don't really know how long he's going to get to play, and it's just going to be an interesting question. And then I think maybe he'll play half, and then Zach White. Isn't that the backup that took over Zach Wilson last year?
That's Mike White, maybe.
Mike White.
I don't know what his name. Yeah.
And then I'm also looking forward on the Browns side, what they're going to be doing there on that part of the field. Maybe seeing a Tennessee duo right there, Josh Dobbs, and seeing Cedric Tillman. Maybe.
That's right. Aiden, what do you think?
I agree with all y'all. I think that Zach Wilson is definitely. I'm excited to see how well he can play. A lot of their rookies. A lot of their rookies are pretty. I'm really interested to see about their rookies and just Zach Wilson. So that's for the Jets, and then for the Browns, just a lot of the same things, rookies. And mainly it. Also, it's really interesting to see how backup QBs play. I'm not sure the name of the Browns backup quarterback. So
it is Josh Dobbs, by the way.
Wait. I thought it's Deshaun Watson. That it goes to Deshaun Watson, then blank, who they're benching to, and then it's right. Or no, maybe wait.
Well, either way, all those little names that Benjamin said, we hope I'm really looking forward to seeing them.
I have a question, and then Benjamin, if I maybe ask Aiden first, can you look it up real quick?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, so my question is what is your kind of expectations for Zach Wilson, and what exactly do you think would be a good game and like a bad game, and what do you necessarily think he needs to do to kind of prove himself? Or is there anything he can do to prove himself, or maybe surpass maybe Aaron Rodgers, or kind of prove pressure to him?
He needs to prove that he needs to prove that he can he needs to prove that he can win a football game, or at least get for his team. I think that he needs to be more.
Speak your words straight.
He needs to be more athletic than Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
All right. So number one, I have our answer from our question earlier. So Josh Dobbs is the backup, but he's not going to play tomorrow night.
Oh, he will. He'll surprise all y'all.
No, he's like actually like not playing. Like I don't mean like he's going to be bad. They think he's better. He's too good for the preseason.
Yeah, he is too good for y'all.
I would 1,000% agree. I think Josh Dobbs is actually an underrated quarterback.
He scored on y'all. He'll freaking marry.
I mean, no, I agree. Like Josh Dobbs is underrated. Okay, but back to the Zach Wilson question. I think it's been interesting to see Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers and kind of this friendship. I remember Zach Wilson had some not too kind words in the offseason about trying to make the opposing quarterback's life, not good if he were to join the team. And, you kind of thought that they were going to ship off Zach Wilson maybe, and Aaron Rodgers obviously didn't really like the whole Jordan Love situation in Green Bay. So I think I've been really fascinated to see how Aaron Rodgers has kind of mentored Zach Wilson. And did you guys even see that Zach Wilson now throws like his release is just like Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know if they're kind of working together, but it's really weird situation. If I don't see Zach Wilson playing well this preseason, playing with preseason players, I could maybe potentially see him going to kind of a bold statement here to the Broncos. Him, Zach Wilson,
I agree.
Sean Payton, and Zach Wilson. They hate Aaron Rodgers. They're going after Aaron Rodgers. I can maybe see that.
I could see that too, but I have a crazy prediction right here. I have a crazy prediction. So here's what I see happening. I see Zach Wilson. I really think that if we're honest, Zach Wilson does have the athletic talent to be a special quarterback in the NFL. Now, he doesn't have the mental talent. He didn't know how to run an offense, but maybe, just maybe, he will get a second chance, and once Aaron Rodgers retires, it will be his time. Now, I agree with Alex and Aiden here that this preseason is the most important time in his career, because if he balls out in the preseason and is looking like, unbelievable, like how Aaron Rodgers has been talking about and stuff, I could really see him being the quarterback for the Jets in the future. Now, if he doesn't ball out, I also would exactly agree with Alex right there. I literally was just going to say I see maybe the Broncos, the team like that kind of swooping in and trying to pry him away from the Jets. But do you guys think that Zach Wilson could get a second chance and maybe quarterback the Jets in the future?
Well, to answer the first part of your question, I do think he will get a second chance. But here's my thing and kind of question here. You have to be extremely good to beat Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be very hard to do. And I don't really see how he can able to even surpass Aaron Rodgers. Let's say Aaron Rodgers is there for 2 years. That is 2 years of Zach Wilson wasted career. And by that time, Zach Wilson, he's a younger guy. He's not too young anymore. Now he'll be almost to his 30s by the time Aaron Rodgers may retire. Now that's almost out of a quarterback's prime. So do you see him potentially going? Because that's a lot of years wasted.
Well, just a second. What I was talking about is not him trying to beat out Aaron Rodgers. Everybody knows that that's not going to happen. He's not going to beat out Aaron Rodgers. What I was talking about is him, essentially for 2 years, just sitting behind him, learning, absorbing, and then maybe pulling kind of like a Geno Smith, right? Because like Geno Smith last year was like pretty good, right? And I mean, how old's Geno Smith? Like 29, 30, 31, something like that, right? So, I could see that, but I kind of agree with you. It may be a waste of his career. So I don't know where I would see him going. I would say the Broncos, honestly. Like, I agree with your Broncos take earlier.
Yeah, and this is kind of way out there, and it's obviously like 3 years from now. But potentially, and looking 3 years into the future, I can see Aaron Rodgers playing well, and then once he leaves, Zach Wilson is not going to be able to fully step out, and then they're going to lose a lot of their players that they received because of Aaron Rodgers, and just over time, because they're paying a lot of people money, and they're not going to be good. They're not going to be well. They're going to go back to where they were a couple years ago, the worst team, and I can see them really losing their momentum, getting the first pick, getting a good quarterback. So now Zach Wilson waited 2 years, got to play a year, sucked, and now they're getting the first quarterback picked in the draft.
That's actually such a good take, because I never thought about that. When Rodgers leaves, Cobb's going to go, Lazard's going to go, all these people are going to go. Wait. And then at that point, hold on really quick. And then at that point, Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner have got to be talking about getting, paid big time, right? How do you afford to pay for both of them? And then you're right. Zach Wilson has nobody to throw to like how he's had. And, you don't have Sauce Gardner and all these people, Quinnen Williams. And you're right. They go back to being the worst in the league. I agree with that.
Hey, and do you have anything to say about this?
I think that Zach Wilson, he needs to stay, because Aaron Rodgers, he may not be there for a while because he may start regressing here. He's 39 years old, and the Jets here may need someone to look to for a quarterback. And if Zach Wilson isn't there, then the Jets will they would be exactly how they've been for the past few years, at the bottom of the league, and they won't be as good. But Aaron Rodgers, for the meantime, I think he'll probably do well, like he's always been, and I think the Jets are going to be a little bit more decent season, but I think they definitely need to keep Zach Wilson sticking around there.
Quick question, you guys. Can you guys see a chance, a scenario where Zach Wilson still has hope to be like a Josh Allen in this league, like an epic comeback story, kind of like a Geno Smith or something? Like, could you guys see him maybe unlocking that talent that we saw in that pro day a few years ago? Could you see that?
Here's what I see. I don't see him being as elite as Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or maybe Joe Burrow. I don't see him being that elite. I could see him being more of like a Ryan Tannehill, where you weren't as good, but then you become somewhat a little bit above average quarterback. And I think Ryan Tannehill's good, but I think that's what Zach Wilson could potentially be. I mean, I don't really see it, but if that is the case, and I think it's more like that, not as an elite as Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes.
I think he's going to be a good backup. So I can see him, maybe Ryan Tannehill is his peak high, and maybe his low, maybe kind of Jameson Winston or Derek Carr. Really not going to be able to have a starting position, but he's just going to be a backup guy that everyone gets stoked about if they have, because he may be good for about a couple games while their players are hurt. So I can potentially see him like a Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, or a Derek Carr situation.
Yeah, I mean, just his athletic talent alone, right? Like, we just have to admit, his athletic talent is unbelievable. I mean, the throws that he can do and everything. So I just feel like if he really did get some coaching, he could be special. But I would agree with probably more of what Aiden said. I could see him being like maybe even a little bit above a Ryan Tannehill, maybe like a Kirk Cousins, because I think Kirk Cousins is just a little bit above Tannehill, but
I agree.
Not like outstanding. Like, if you put him around a good receivers and stuff, I mean, he's going to do pretty well. He'll have a couple of really cool moments in his career, but probably won't quite reach that Lombardi. And my prediction for him is I see him maybe being like a Kirk Cousins for a few years after this, and then I would go and agree with Alex that he'll probably become a good, consistent backup in the league, kind of like a Joe Flacco or somebody,
or Marcus Mariota,
Yeah, like to kind of end his career around like the Joe Flacco age. He'll probably be about that. That's my guess, but I don't know. I mean, you just got to keep on working and keep going.
So to kind of sum things up, let's all say what we think, if he should stay or go. My personal opinion is he should go.
My personal opinion is he should stay.
I agree with Aiden. I think he should stay. All right, guys. So that's kind of what we're thinking here. I don't know. Let us know in the comments, because Zach Wilson's a pretty interesting topic here. People have some pretty strong opinions on this guy, so let us know what you guys think. Should Zach Wilson stay or leave New York? All right, let's move on. So the Titans have kicked off their training camp along with 32 NFL teams this week. So the Titans and Hopkins and Burks have reportedly stood out so far in training camp. Yeah, they really have. And a surprise standout for the Titans is wide receiver Chris Moore. He actually wears that number 11, AJ's old number. And Malik and Levis have been dueling back and forth for that backup quarterback spot. Willis has shined, but Levis has looked to be set apart and on fire and is edging out Malik so far with dazzling performances. He was actually graded one of the top quarterbacks this week by some of the people at NFL Network. Now, I'm not a big Levis guy. I know Alex probably is going to say he's not a big Levis guy, and I do agree with that, but pretty interesting to see what he's doing. Now, who do you think is the better QB, Malik Willis or Will Levis, and why do you think that?
I'm going to say Malik Willis because I think that, last season he definitely didn't look like he was ready for the NFL, and he does have a little bit more of 1 year experience than Will Levis. I think in the future, Will Levis will definitely be probably better than Malik Willis. But for right now, I think Malik Willis is definitely a little bit better than Will Levis. But if y'all say Will Levis is better, then I totally can agree with that as well. It's just like right in the middle for me. But I think Malik Willis is more of a better quarterback as of right now.
Alex?
I would say Malik Willis because Malik Willis is a lot better quarterback than me, and I'm a lot better quarterback than Will Levis. So put some math there.
Yeah, I mean, somebody, I was actually talking with somebody the other day. They said that they think that Will Levis is a complete bust and is the next Johnny Manziel. I mean, that's some harsh words there
Are you
for Will
talking to
Levis.
me or are you talking to someone else?
No, someone else. They said he's the next Johnny Manziel.
I'll say he's the next Tim Tebow.
Yeah, actually, dude. I'm agreeing with Alex today. Like Tim Tebow, that's right. I mean, the thing is I don't know.
I can see on SEC Network talking crap about Tennessee and always being wrong.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. So I kind of agree with Aiden here in terms of like they're so close. You know, they're both. I think Malik Willis is more athletically talented, but I think Will Levis is actually better suited for the NFL. But I mean, I think I'll have to give the edge to Levis just based off of what I've seen and what I've heard. But just like Aiden, I mean, if somebody said Malik Willis, I don't have an issue with it. Also, I like Malik Willis as a person a lot better than Will Levis. I mean, the mayo and the coffee is not cool. Malik Willis, just an all-around good person, I feel like.
He seems cocky to me. And
Malik
also,
Willis?
last year, the draft, the community, like helping the homeless guy, I don't know if that was real. I think that was real. But you never know for 1,000% sure. And
True. I mean, but let's be honest, Alex. Like, I mean, like he probably has a little bit better personality than Will Levis, right? Like he's a little bit nicer, just to the media. It seems like. Would you agree?
I will agree.
yeah, very much so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, again, no knock against Will Levis. It's just we haven't seen a lot of him. Now, I think he already is off to a better start than Malik Willis, so he will be for sure better than Malik Willis. I'm pretty sure. Now, my next question for you guys is, there's obviously those strong rumors of us cutting Malik Willis. Now, my question is to you guys is, a lot of people have had this theory that the Titans are kind of hyping up Malik Willis, maybe trying to get like a smash and grab type trade, try to get some cheap value for him, and really he's not doing that well. Do you guys believe that? Like, do you think we're trying to trade him, and would you trade him?
No, who would we get? That's my only thing.
Like a 6th-round pick or something ridiculous. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, what, we wasted a 3rd-round pick for a 6th-round pick? No, that's stupid.
Aiden?
I don't think he's going anywhere as of right now. I think he's staying, and I don't know if any rumors of that. If people who say that, I don't believe them at all. And I would say I wouldn't believe anything they would say out of their mouths ever again, because that rumor is just absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I would 1,000% agree with that. Again, that's why it's a rumor. I think that we're going to probably have actually 3 quarterbacks on our roster this year. That's kind of wild. Like 3 legitimate quarterbacks. And I think that this duel between Levis and Willis is going to go back and forth throughout the summer, throughout preseason. And I'm really excited to see Titans preseason because it'll probably be like Levis plays for a half, then Willis plays for a half. And like you'll get to see, what's happening. Now, I do know that Levis is in the lead right now on that backup quarterback duel. They moved up Levis from the 3rd strings to the 2nd strings, and he lit up both. Threw for 7 touchdowns against the 3rd strings, threw for 2 touchdowns against the 2nd strings, including a 75-yard deep ball dime to Chris Moore. So, really interesting. I also saw today that he was doing really well. So, yeah. All right, let's see here. Okay, so lastly, around the NFL training camp, there has been some interesting stories. So Aaron Rodgers and Sean Payton have had drama. Jonathan Taylor has requested a trade, and Dak Prescott has been throwing interceptions left and right. Let's start off here with Aaron Rodgers and Sean Payton. What do you guys think? Do you think it's good competition? Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think it's good. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I think it's a little weird, but I think it's good for maybe the both of them, I would say.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting. Aiden, what did you want to say?
Okay. Sorry if this is like a off topic from what you're saying, I want to go back to the Titans for a little bit because one quarterback we didn't talk about was the starting quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. I want to ask you guys, how good do you think Ryan Tannehill will play in the regular season? And I know his contract may be fixing to be up here soon, but I think that, I mean, what do you guys think about Ryan Tannehill and how do you think he's going to do in the regular season?
Alex, you go first.
I think it'll take a little bit for him to get used to his wide receivers, especially DeAndre Hopkins. But once he starts, filling out how the team's going to do and filling out how good Derrick Henry's going to be this year, just give him a little time. Give him 2 or 3 games, and then we're going to be kind of the opposite, I would say, as last year. Kind of start off slow, and then we're just going to ride a massive win streak into the playoffs.
You know what? I'm going to make a really bold prediction right here. I think that given that we have one of the worst schedules in the NFL, right? Like 3rd worst here, I could really see Treylon Burks and DeAndre Hopkins both having around 1,000-yard seasons. And in that case, that means Tannehill's doing something right. So I see Tannehill being a big jump this year compared to last year. Again, is he elite? No. Is he above average? Yes. Does he get way overhated? Yes. So I see Tannehill. I mean, again, I'm not saying that we're going to the AFC Championship, but I can see him kind of being like that AFC Championship form now that he's got somebody to target, because I think a lot of people hated on him, last year, especially how the year before ended with us losing in the playoffs and the way we did. But he had nobody to throw to last year. I mean, Nick Westbrook-Akine was his number 1 receiver last year. I mean, that's not going to cut it. And now he's got DeAndre Hopkins and a Treylon Burks who's looking better than ever. So I could see Ryan Tannehill taking a big jump.
And I think another big factor with this season for the offense is the new offensive coordinator, Tim Kelly. How will he be able to balance with their passing with DeAndre Hopkins and Treylon Burks and then rushing with Derrick Henry? I think that last season, our offensive coordinator, I don't think he wasn't really good at all. And I think that Tim Kelly, he worked with, DeAndre Hopkins, and I think that's also a good reason why DeAndre Hopkins went to the Titans. So I think with that connection, Mike Vrabel obviously is an outstanding coach. He can win games without big elite players, and that's why he won the Coach of the Year 2 years ago. So I think that's a big factor is new offensive coordinator, and how is he going to run this offense as well.
I agree with that, especially because Tim Kelly worked with DeAndre Hopkins for 1 year in Houston, and when DeAndre Hopkins and Tim Kelly were paired up, it was DeAndre Hopkins' best year of his career.
And I think, and I know a lot of people say that when wide receivers go to the Titans, it's obviously not good, but I think DeAndre Hopkins is still as good as ever, if not even better, because I think he could still play. I don't think he's washed yet, and I don't think I think he's still a top 10 receiver, maybe even top 5.
And I agree too. Like I want to bring Alex into this in a second, but like I agree too, because last year, he was suspended for those, few games, but when he came back, I mean, he was targeted a lot. He was in the top 10 in the league in a lot of receiving, categories. And I mean, just seeing, I know it's just camp and I know it's just, practice and the pads aren't on quite yet, but I mean, just some of those athletic one-handed catches, whether he does well or not, number one, we don't have to pay him a lot based off of how the contract, they release those things. And he's going to be an upgrade no matter what. He's better than Nick Westbrook-Akine. And even if he doesn't do anything, he's going to still mentor Burks because that's Treylon Burks' idol. So I just think it's a really all-around good signing, especially as we start to see him get into action. Alex, what do you think? Like, do you think DeAndre Hopkins is going to make a massive difference?
I think it will be good. I don't think it's going to be as good as everyone's kind of expecting, but I think it's going to be a good difference. And as far as expectations, who are you who do you expect is going to have a better season, Derrick Henry or what did he call it, DeAndre Hopkins? I'm going to say Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but I'm saying I feel like as for receiving wise, I think that it takes a lot of pressure off of Treylon Burks and Nick Westbrook-Akine and all the other guys out there. And I think that DeAndre Hopkins is I feel like DeAndre Hopkins would be a good mentor, and I think that
Well,
Derrick Henry, he could do. He obviously he can do well as any others as well. But I think that DeAndre Hopkins for the receivers will definitely increase. Definitely increase the numbers, but also help them and take a lot of pressure off of them, especially Traylon Burks. He literally was to fill AJ Brown's shoes, and I don't think that he was ready for that. So, and I think that he would definitely be a lot better this year, especially with DeAndre Hopkins.
yeah, I mean, again, I agree. To answer Alex's question, I'd probably say Derrick Henry, just given the fact about how much we give him. I think for Derrick Henry, he's going to regress a little bit this year. We don't really have, as good of an O-line. I don't think anybody's talking about that. Like, our O-line is a major question mark to me, personally. Now, I know that we did sign some veteran from the Browns or something, but so he should help a little bit until, Petit Frere gets back. But nobody's talking about who I think could have a massive breakout season? I will go as far to say as I think by the end of the season, he will solidify himself as a top 10 player in his position. I'm going to go ahead and say that Chigon Okonkwo could have a massive season. The reason I say that is he is the fastest tight end to ever play in the NFL. I don't know if you guys know that, but his 40-yard dash was the fastest by a tight end. He is truly one of the fastest, and he can fly down the field. And I could just see with with Burks and with Hopkins and Henry and all these players, something like a check down. I mean, I could just see Chigon Okonkwo having a massive year, like top 10 in the league. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes, I agree. What here is kind of like a bold prediction if we're kind of talking about not necessarily right now, but here in the future. I don't know the George Kittle situation with 49ers yet. I know he loves Nashville. Here's what I can potentially see. We can work Alonco kind of at the wide receiver spot, kind of as a wide receiver, and then work George Kittle as a kind of bigger tight end, and kind of work on his receiving that way.
Yeah, I that would be. I mean, I could see George Kittle totally joining us, especially because he's friends with Forsberg from the Predators and all that. So that's interesting. Also, I know that Arden Key for the Titans looks to be pretty good. Also, it says, I just reading something right here. The Titans have agreed to terms with center Jimmy Murray. He's a former Ravens player. Oh, we've also waived wide receiver Jacob Copeland, ex-Florida wide receiver, who I certainly know Vols fans are not a big fan of. Yeah, I know, right? He's out of that league. I know Alex is be celebrating over there, but I mean, did you see when he announced where he was going? His mom got all like mad. That's his like famous thing. I don't know what that was. All right, let's talk a little bit of Sean Payton and Aaron Rodgers just for a second here. We'll go rapid fire through these three. Okay, so just like shorter answers here. So Aaron Rodgers and Sean Payton, again, there's some drama. Sean Payton kind of calls out the Jets coach, former Broncos coach, and Rodgers kind of says like, keep my coach's name out of your mouth. Like, do you guys think that this is like really like a big beef or like what's going on here?
No, it just seems like a normal offseason thing. They're just kind of getting bored. It just, here soon they're going to get busy. They're going to get to work, and by the end of the season, no one's really going to remember, or really kind of care. I think it's going to be kind of like a smaller little thing.
Aiden?
I mean, I have to agree with everything Alex said.
All right, yeah, I mean, I agree with Alex. I mean, it's just, you won't hear probably about it by the end of the season. Now, see you week 5. That's what I would be saying. I mean, because they play week 5, so it'll spice up that matchup. So next one, Jonathan Taylor has requested a trade. Back and forth with the owner on Twitter, Taylor's agents even on Twitter. I mean, it's ugly. It's all played out in front of the public here. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, that could be really underrated right there for the Titans, because we may not have to deal with this dude on Sundays. Like, what do you guys think about Jonathan Taylor probably leaving the Colts here?
Oh, I think it was, I think it's going to be a little bit weird situation, because I know you said, wow, we don't have to deal with him no more, but they're going to get someone big in return, so we're going to have to deal with him. I can see a quarterback on the move.
Is it because Jonathan Taylor doesn't want to play there no more? Or is it just for money wise, or what? Like, what is it? Is it like why does Jonathan Taylor not want to be there no more?
Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa, this is some breaking news. Oh my goodness. We got massive news. All right, well, we'll save that for the soccer segment. Holy cow, the Columbus Crew coming out with a splash. Wow. Okay, but the reason Jonathan Taylor wants out is it's something about the contract. Jonathan Taylor's agent's getting like a little bit aggressive about the whole thing. And I mean, Jim Irsay's like the new, I forget the old Commanders owner. I mean, he is just, I'm not a big fan of Jim Irsay, the Colts owner. And yeah, that's all it is. It's just ridiculous drama about trying to extend him.
Okay, so I think that Jonathan Taylor, I think they're going to try to get something big for him. For him, and I think they definitely need a quarterback. Obviously they have Anthony Richardson, but maybe not even a quarterback. Maybe someone I don't really know. Yeah, maybe another running back. I don't know, but that'd kind of be weird. I don't know what other running back they would want to replace Jonathan Taylor with, but that's what I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be all interesting to see how that plays out. I really do think that it will affect the Titans in one way or another. So, all right, next one, quick rapid fire, question here. Dak Prescott has been throwing a lot of interceptions, you guys. I don't know if you've seen some of those videos. I mean, way underthrowing players. It's looked pretty bad, and it's only in training camp. Led the league last year in interceptions despite missing a lot of weeks. Are you guys worried about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys?
No, I think it's just kind of a little bit weird. He has to get kind of used to it. And, it's just going to be kind of a growth, He got hurt. He's going to get better and better.
I'd say I'd be a little bit worried. I wouldn't say that, he's throwing a lot of interceptions. I'm just going to still sit here thinking the Cowboys are going to do good in the playoffs because they never do because first round exits. But I think that Dak Prescott, he needs definitely throw less interceptions because that's not good at all.
Yeah, Dak Prescott, I'm not too worried, but I'm a little bit worried. I mean, you don't want your quarterback throwing tons of interceptions and it's only training camp. I mean, it's looked bad. And then what's his name? Diggs kind of had some weird, altercation with him. I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know what's going on over there, but not the best. So, all right, are we ready to move on to baseball?
Oh, hold up. I think you just missed the biggest news in NFL history this week.
What is it?
This year, Jalen Hyatt recorded a speed of 24 miles an hour 2 days ago.
Crazy.
And that was the fastest speed recorded in NFL history. That's almost 8.8 miles an hour faster than Tyreek Hill in 2016. Can you run 24 miles an hour? I think not.
I think the NFL has a new fastest wide receiver. Do you, Alex?
Yeah, I thought he couldn't run routes. I thought he couldn't. I thought he was too slow for the NFL. Take that.
Now, I would say just because he's fast doesn't mean he can run a good route. Now, I'll say
you haven't seen his route.
Wait. Time. Let me finish my sentence. Let's be easy here on the podcast. Let's be easy here. With that being said, Tyreek Hill's going in a couple of years, and I see Jalen Hyatt actually being maybe the next Tyreek Hill. Just stay injury free, my guy, because he's a speedster. So
no, I think Tyreek Hill is the next Jalen Hyatt.
Y'all are so delusional. Let's move on. Let's move on to baseball here. But that's pretty impressive. I got to give. Have you seen? Obviously, you guys have probably seen all those highlights of him.
You sure haven't seen it because you didn't do your research and add it to the podcast.
Yeah, because he's fast, but does that really mean he's going to do anything?
Yes, that's fast. That's a record. If anyone else would have done it, you would have said something. Disappointed in you.
All right, let's go. Hey, you can just request it to the schedule, and we'll add it. Let's move on to the trade deadline here in baseball. Well, maybe we can revisit. I don't know. Hey, actually, August 18th. Join us for the college football preview, because we'll talk plenty of college football then. Jalen Hyatt, all these people. All right, so the trade deadline is over, and Ohtani remains an Angel. The Astros have acquired Verlander. The Mets have traded away Verlander and Scherzer. The Angels have made some moves by adding Lucas Giolito to the rotation. So this is kind of my question here for you guys. Who will have a bigger impact, Max Scherzer or Justin Verlander?
Justin Verlander.
I agree, Justin Verlander.
And I would agree too. Yeah, Justin Verlander. I think he's having a pretty good season. So, all right, let's go here. What are your top 3 trades, and what is the worst trade made by these teams in your opinion? Who wants to start off? I'll go, or who wants to go?
Can you go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay, so starting off with my worst trade. Here's the worst trade in my opinion. The Royals giving up, Nicky Lopez to the Braves for an incredibly low return. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's good for the Braves, bad for the Royals. So I just do not know what they're doing. All right, and then number 3, Justin Verlander to the Astros. Astros get Justin Verlander. The Mets get some great players in return. I forget his name. What's Drew Gilbert or something? I know you guys are obviously high on that prospect. So that's really good. I think it's just an all-around good trade for everybody. So that's why I put that there in my top 3. Number 2, Lucas Giolito to the Angels. The White Sox kind of get him off of their boat there, because he cost a lot of money. They save a lot of money, and the Angels add a must-need upgrade for their rotation to help, make a playoff push with Ohtani now that he's staying. Then my best trade here. Number 1, again, just an all-around good trade for everybody. Luis Angel Acuna to the Mets in exchange for Max Scherzer. So Luis Angel Acuna, top 100 prospect, pretty good. Also saves the Mets $22.5 million. And then the Rangers get a great, solid player in Max Scherzer. So just an all-around, again, good trade. So there's my rankings. Do you guys agree with those?
Yeah, I would agree because my list is looking pretty similar. For my worst trade, I have Nicky Lopez acquired from the Braves for Tyler Hearn, and for my top 3, I have at number 3 for the best trades is, what is it? Let me think. Oh yeah, okay, so I got it. So number 3, I have Jordan Hicks. Blue Jays acquiring Jordan Hicks from the Cardinals for Adam Kloffenstein and Sam Robertse. I don't know. Sorry for pronouncing it wrong. I just know the players, not the name. And at number 2, I have the Astros acquiring Justin Verlander from the Mets, obviously, and then with Drew Gilbert and Ryan Clifford. And then my number 1 is exactly what Benjamin's was. I think was the Max Scherzer coming in from the Mets for Louis I don't know how to say Acuna. I don't know. Sorry for saying it, but that's my list. It's kind of similar to Benjamin's, but that's what I think.
Well, I want to hear what Benjamin thinks about this one. I know he's a little bit of a Diamondbacks guy. So my worst trade is the Diamondbacks get Paul Seward, but they give up Josh Rojas, Dominic Canzone, and a minor leaguer, Ryan Bliss. They only get one person, lose 3 people. Josh Rojas is pretty good, and Dominic Canzone. And then I know
such a good trade for the Diamondbacks. Are you kidding me?
Now that they give up,
No. Wait, time out. Because the Diamondbacks needed a closer like really bad, and Josh Rojas was not doing well this season. I mean, the rest of them are all trash.
No, Josh Rojas is good.
He's good, but he wasn't doing well this year. I can see what you mean by that.
Yeah.
I got you.
And
All right.
okay, so now here's my top 3 the top 3. My number 3 best trade was the Max Scherzer and Luis Acuna trade. I know money was a big part of it, but I don't really care about money. That's not my problem. All right, so now number 2, my second best trade. It's going to have to be a little bit different from yours. I think my second best trade is the Blue Jays get Jordan Hicks for a couple minor league pitchers. That's a good player. Like, many teams needed pitchers. I think pitchers were the main thing this year. I think everyone could agree. And my best one is the Mets get Drew Gilbert. That's the number one trade.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And it's not the Astros get Justin Verlander, it's the Mets getting Drew Gilbert.
Yeah, again, I would agree with that. Good all around trade for everybody.
No, not all around.
Okay, I can't. Y'all, if people don't know on the podcast, Drew Gilbert's a former Vols player who, yes, hit the legendary Grand Slam. There you go. Drew Gilbert's pretty good, isn't he, though?
Yes, he's the number one prospect for the Astros organization. So, yes, he is pretty good.
All right, let's move on to soccer here.
Justin Verlander is way too old.
Let's move on to soccer here because we actually have some pretty big news. But first, we'll start off with the U.S. Surviving at the World Cup. They were saved by the post. I mean, it was unbelievable. They played to a 0-0 draw and struggled against Portugal, saved by the post at the death. How worried are you guys about this USA side in the World Cup?
I'm not too worried. Obviously, they haven't really played as well as expected, but I think they can turn things around and start doing better.
Yeah, I mean, they play the worst the worst soccer that I believe. That is the worst soccer I believe they can play. And guess what? They made it to the next round. They are only going to get better. And yeah.
I see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. I'm a little bit worried. I'm more kind of disappointed. Like, I thought we were gonna do a little bit better than this, but I mean, we'll find a way. We're the U.S. Like, we figure it out. Alex Morgan, she figures it out. They'll figure it out.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, let's go to Messi. So the Messi mania continues to take over the MLS. He was swarmed outside of an Adidas. I don't even know why I put some of these things. He was swarmed outside of an Adidas store. Has been getting tons of attention in Miami as of late. So his squad under Miami have a massive game against Orlando tonight. So how do you think Messi will perform tonight?
Benjamin, I can't believe that you would put Messi being swarming in Adidas store, not Jalen Hyatt.
Breaking news. It is breaking news.
It is not more breaking news than Jalen Hyatt.
People want it. The people want to hear it. The people want to hear about Messi.
Yes. And I think Messi's been playing great. I think I don't want to explore my predictions. I think he's going to play really well tonight. And I think he's playing well because he's out here in Miami playing with some coochie daddies.
I'm gonna try to say a lot here because I know it's probably being a YouTube Shorts. So people love watching the Messi thing.
Where are they at?
That gets a lot of views. So I'm gonna say this: Messi. I think he's a really good player. And please like our podcast. Messi is the best player. There we go. I'm trying to promote it here.
Yeah, you can put this in the YouTube Shorts. Actually, like here, Aiden. Wait, edit it in. Okay, here. This is the YouTube short. Okay, so, yeah. I mean, I see Messi. I predict 3 goals. We'll go with a hat trick for Messi tonight. But I think Orlando puts up a little bit of a fight. I'm not going to exactly say my prediction, but I will say that Messi will perform pretty well. Now, really quick. Columbus Crew sold Lucas Zelarayan to Saudi Arabia. And I don't know if you guys know who that is?
Yes, he's like their second best player, I would say.
Exactly. And he just left for Saudi Arabia. So everybody's thinking, like, oh my goodness, this is devastating. You know, everybody's going to miss Lucas Zelarayan. I mean, that guy was so exciting to watch. But they just replaced him with someone even more exciting. Diego Rossi is back in the MLS. The former MLS 2020 MVP, Diego Rossi, is back. And he's on the Columbus Crew this time. I mean, you guys, I don't know if you've seen this guy play, but I mean, he is box office. He is so fun to watch. So everybody's super pumped. And like they just announced it when we started the podcast. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, yes. Kind of first for the player that left. I don't really like him. He scored when we went to the Columbus Crew Nashville game. But as far as the question for the player coming in, do you see him being better than Tuco Hernandez or better than Messi or Mukhtar? Because right now, as far as kind of a race, like in the next couple of years, I can see Mukhtar, Messi, Ferreira, and that guy. Do you think he can kind of surpass some of those players, or do you think he's going to be kind of
I will make a statement. I will say that he is an absolute all-star, and he will probably be a top. He will be a top 5 player in this league. Now, I think Mukhtar is better. I think Messi is better. Kind of like pretty much everybody that you just named is better, except for I don't think Ferreira is better. I mean, this guy, I don't know why he is coming back. I mean, he just left for Europe. Like all the biggest clubs wanted him, and he's been performing great over there in Turkey and all that. But I mean, oh my goodness, this guy's really good. So I'd say he's a top 5 player in this league, like just straight out, right in, because he knows the system already. He's a plug and play. Start him in a couple of days. I mean, it's game time. He's ready.
Do you see him as an automatic, automatically the best player on their team? Sorry.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, he is miles above Cucho Hernandez, miles above Darlington Nagbe, miles above. I mean, he is by far and wide the best team, and he is also way better than Lucas Zelarayan in my personal opinion.
And I agree with you, Benjamin. I think Mbappe would really love that guy too.
Exactly. I mean, I can make an argument that he could be better than Mbappe. Like, put that in a YouTube short right there. I mean, Diego Rossi could be better than Mbappe.
Are you delusional? Because Aaron Holland is not. Let's get Erling Holland and Mbappe in.
My guy, stop with the Erling Holland. Mbappe is king.
No, Erling Holland is better than Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe. Okay, wait. Quickly, though, let's move on to Nashville SC really quick. But yeah, I mean, to answer everybody's question, just to sum it all up, Diego Rossi will for sure be an all-star and will make a very big difference in Columbus. And it's one of the most surprising transfers I think I've ever seen. That just completely came
And is it
out of
scary
the
for you
middle of nowhere.
as a Nashville SC fan?
Yeah, I mean, I am even excited as a Nashville SC fan. I'm super excited to see him back in the league.
I'm scared that they're going to be better.
No, Nashville SC is always better. I'm not worried. But speaking of that, let's talk about Nashville SC. Nashville struggled defensively, but they really struggled most of all with discipline against a strong Toluca side the other day. You know, you got Fat Pico doing stuff. You got Teal Bunbury acting like a child. I mean, this is not what we like to see. What do you think Nashville SC have to do against FC Cincinnati to avoid elimination on Friday?
They need to work Sam Surgeons in ASAP. They need to stop making all these red cards. They need to play straight, play like men, play like MLS players, play like all-stars that they should be playing like. And they're just playing ridiculous. I just don't know why they are acting like that. I just think Gary Smith just needs to just take everyone's phone, throw it away. They're way too worried about car wraps. They just need to stop.
I agree, Alex. Aiden, what do you think Nashville SC has to do to avoid elimination?
I definitely agree with everything Alex said. You know, they need to stop worrying about car wraps. They need to get their phones away. And I definitely think they need to start learning how to play some soccer again because they need to.
Yeah, they're just talking to random people on the internet, just assuming things. I just need to just assume how to play soccer.
Amen. Like, okay, again, I love Nashville SC and everything, but like, let's have some discipline, everybody. I mean, come on now. Like, Teal Bunbury, I mean, he's like a 10-year or something MLS vet. Like, he knows better. I mean, listen, were the cards soft? Yes, they were, but I mean, it's a bad run of form. I mean, whatever it is, a win against Cincinnati could turn that form around, but I don't know. All right, let's move on. Do you guys want to move on to the ranking game here?
Sure.
All right, let's move on. Who wants to start us off? We're gonna rank. By the way, yeah, Alex, you can explain that.
Okay, so we're ranking the hardest sports to go pro in, and kind of the rules here is once you kind of start making money, and it has to be like a top 10 sport, and far as we mean like going pro, it can be overseas, but it has to be like a pretty good league, and it needs to be like a majority sport. It can't be like polo, or it can't be like, I don't know, like cornhole, like a hobby. I know cornhole technically is a sport, but like you can't just sign up for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Who wants to go first?
I guess I can since I don't usually lead things first. Well, actually, I do. Y'all make me. But anyway, I think that number 5, ice hockey / NHL, all that.
Whoa.
I think hockey's number 5.
There's so much.
At number 4, I'm gonna have to say, at number 4, I'm gonna have to say, maybe. I don't know number 4. Crap. Number 4.
And did you not make the rankings?
I did make the
before we
rankings.
started?
I put something twice on accident. So now I'm trying to think of what number 4 could be. I don't know.
Hey,
why.
well, while Aiden thinks really quick, you guys, Jordi Alba, the ex-Barcelona,
Okay, I got it.
is making his debut tonight. Okay.
Number 4, I got MLB, baseball, whatever. Yeah. And then number 3, NFL / football, American football for those who get confused. Number 2, soccer, soccer. And number 1, I have the NBA. I feel like the NBA is the hardest to get into, being professional, and you got to be very athletic to play basketball and soccer as well as obviously. But I think NBA is just top of the list.
Okay, Alex, who wants to go? I would agree with most of this.
All right, I'll go. So, kind of a bold. Okay, sorry, let me get a look at this. So, kind of a bold statement, kind of here. Here is my list. So, the hardest one to get into is soccer. All right. Do you have any objections for that?
That doesn't even make my list. So yeah, sorta.
Okay, 1 second. Let me pull it up. Sorry, I lost it. All right, soccer. I just kind of put that because it's kind of out of all the top 5 kind of sports. There's so much leagues. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's easier than some of those. NFL. So now on for NFL. All it is just you have to be in America. America is just really the only sport to care about it. And to be 1,000% honest, it's kind of the South, Texas, and then maybe California. Really, those are the only states that really care about football too much. Now, next is MLB. Yes, there are some leagues in the around the world, but those are not really professional. I would say too professional. But it's pretty easy to get drafted in the MLB and to get in the MLB system. Now, next is hockey. Hockey, there is so many different leagues and so many different, around the world, every state or every country, I would say, at least has a couple impact around in hockey. And I just think that's, pretty hard to get into. There's leagues around the world, but they're not too big, like I would say, for MLB. Now, the final answer is y'all may be able to tell NBA is the hardest one to get into because there's not too many leagues. All there is, I would say, is NBA and the French league, like Spain, that league. I think that's it. It's gonna be it's really hard to, and maybe overtime, I would say. I think that's the only ones. It's going to be hard to get an NBA, and NBA is so demanding based off of height. You have to be genetically capable of playing in the NBA.
That's a pretty good list. Okay, so here's my list. Oh wait, maybe this is better. Okay, so here's my list.
Yes, it's better.
Starting off with number 5, I put basketball, kind of for all the reasons that Alex said. Again, genetically and all that, but I just feel like you got a little bit better chance of making it to the MLB and not being stuck in like the G League compared to baseball. You get stuck in the AAA. So next one though, you guys are not going to like this. I put tennis at number 4. The reason I put tennis is because number 1, not a ton of people play tennis. And number 2, in order to get at the level where you're actually being paid and not going into debt, you have to be like a top 100 player in the world. It's a really broken system. So you have to be kind of like an elite tennis player to even get to the pro level, honestly. Next, number 3, I put baseball. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Just kind of like what Alex said, you get stuck in the AAA a long time, and there's not really a lot of leagues. It's just pretty much the Japanese league, and that those people, poor guys, they get stuck in the minor leagues forever, never make it pro.
I would say minor league, that counts for pro.
Oh, does that count as pro?
I think so. Yeah, once you get pretty much drafted by the MLB, you start playing.
But you don't really get paid. Like they call it the minor leagues, not like the pro.
But it's a league.
But it's not professional though. It doesn't, whatever it is. I mean, it's even hard to make it to the minor leagues, sorta. So I don't really know. I mean, baseball number 3. We'll put it in the middle. I don't know about that. I kind of am second guessing that. Maybe I'll swap that out for hockey because I mean, not everybody knows how to ice skate, so hockey's pretty good there.
It's owned by the MLB teams.
Let's go. Yeah, but it's still minor league though. It's not professional. Like that's why it's called minor league.
Minor league baseball professional sport?
All right, let's move on. Well, it's a professional sport, but it's not a professional organization.
It's
no,
independent baseball league underneath the Major League Baseball.
Exactly.
It's underneath it. Doesn't mean it can't be. Would you rather be in the minor league, or would you rather be in Europe playing baseball somewhere else?
Europe.
Okay, now you're just ridiculous, delusional.
All right. Well, okay. Hold on. Time out. I'll switch out baseball and I'll put hockey. How does that sound?
Okay.
Because I mean, hockey is pretty hard, and I should have put hockey. All right, let's move on to number 2. Now, number 2 is a really interesting one that you guys probably didn't think about. Number 2, I put horse racing. Like before those people get paid, it takes forever to get to like the professional level of horse racing, creating a horse racing team. I mean, that's a pro sport. It's horse racing. That's number 2. And then number 1, I put football because the chances of you really making it out of college, I feel like, are a lot lower than people make it seem. I mean, and it's just so physically demanding. I think so many people after like high school kind of, hang up the cleats there. So I put football number 1. Do you guys kind of think that's an okay list?
And yes, I agree with. I mean, I kind of agree. But do you think watching the Netflix show Quarterback really puts in perspective on how hard it is as an NFL player, specifically a quarterback, but also that could be for other positions, on how hard it is and how hard it is for your body and all that stuff to be in the NFL?
Most definitely.
I mean, yeah, but you're gonna get that for every single sport. But the only thing is, NFL. That's only really for. That's only really for America. Yeah, it's just bigger people. I mean, I know it is physically demanding, but all you gotta do is work, and these people work for their lives, and it's really not that big of a deal, I would say. And like I said, it's only really America, and specifically only a couple of states.
Yeah.
Like, even Canada, I wouldn't say. They don't even care about football too much.
No, you're true. You're right. All right.
It's not the whole entire world competing with you.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know, but football's hard. It's hard.
Well, I would say rugby is almost harder to get into than football.
The thing is like for football, even though there's not as much people competing with you, but that also means that then there's less chances, right? Because then you've got that same amount of people then trying to get into one thing compared to somewhere like soccer. Like the reason I didn't put soccer is because there's like a gazillion leagues that you can make it pro in.
But also, I think I put NBA as first because of the amount of people that can have limited on a roster.
That's
football,
fair.
They can have like 50 people on a roster, and then NBA only like 12 to 20 maybe people on their roster, right, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right, let's move. Can we do statements really quick?
Yes.
All right, let's move it. We'll do statements, then we'll do predictions. Let's see. What is someone's statements here? What should the statement be?
I have a statement, like kind of a...
All right, kick us off.
All right, my bold statement is IMG Academy is going to have the worst year and this past decade, and they're losing the first game to Lipscomb Academy.
All right. That's a very valid statement there, Alex. I like that a lot. Let me think. My statement is This is the only thing I can think of really right now. But my statement is that Carly Lloyd's comments last night about the U.S. women's national team are valid. She's gotten a lot of hate because she slammed them, but I thought that they were very appropriate comments.
And for people who don't know the comments, can you explain them?
Let me reiterate.
I agree.
To reiterate, our comments were essentially, so the U.S. women's team, they were celebrating with their fans, and she was saying that they shouldn't be celebrating. They should honestly be embarrassed. So, they should be embarrassed and that they're lucky that they even made it. I mean, if you really think about it, the post was the player of the game, and she had a really valid point there, which was they hit the post 3 times against us. If that goes in 1 time, we're going home. I hope nobody stayed up for that. If you did, I am so sorry that you chose to stay up to be watching that. I mean, I cannot believe that people stayed up for that. And then she got all this backlash about oh, well, the players, they'll figure it out. They're doing okay. That was a little bit harsh on TV. And I get those. I mean, I get those comments, but she's an analyst. So overall, justice comments.
Benjamin, with all that being said, I definitely agree with your statement. All right, here's my statement. I think it's pretty huge because I know a lot of people can agree or disagree. There's 2 different sides, but I think vegetables are a lot better than fruit. So if y'all don't agree with me, come after me because I don't care. Vegetables is always going to be better than fruit, mainly because I like more vegetables than fruits. Fruits are not that bad, but I just don't like as much fruits. They're sour to my taste buds. And I only really like apples, grapes, orange, and cantaloupe. Those are the only, and watermelon. Those are the only 4 fruits. Besides that, raspberries, I do not like at all. And I like more vegetables. You got potatoes, you got corn, you got carrots, a lot of other options there. And I think that's why I know I don't want to go on a whole rant about it, but vegetables are better than fruit. Do y'all guys agree?
That I'm so 50-50 on it, but I guess I'll go with you because veggies go well with
Side
a dish.
Item. Yeah,
a good side item. You got okay, now how about this? Actually, can I make another quick statement?
Yes, sir.
Because this totally reminds me of something. I think that broccoli actually tastes okay. A lot of people hate broccoli. Do you guys like broccoli?
Alex hates broccoli, but I love broccoli.
You don't like broccoli, Alex?
It tastes like nothing.
Okay, well that's fair. I've never understood why people don't like broccoli, but it brought up because mac and cheese and broccoli, you know what I'm talking about, Aiden? Kind of it pairs well, you know?
Yeah, it does pair well. You can't really say that if something tastes like nothing, you cannot like it, or if you can like it, it's if it tastes like nothing, how do you know if you like it or not like it?
It tastes like nothing. It tastes like nothing. So you taste the texture.
So you like sesame seeds on your hamburgers? That tastes like absolutely nothing. You can't even. It's so little you can't even taste it, Alex. But you'll still eat it.
It has a taste and it is on there.
I think it's more for texture. I think it's more a crunchy thing. Anyway, Alex, but do you agree with me? Vegetables are better than fruit.
It depends who makes it. If you go to Thanksgiving, your grandma makes it. A lot better.
Mm-hmm. That's very true there,
Southern
Alex.
style. And then if you just buy at the grocery store, fruits are gonna be way better.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, should we move on to predictions?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm telling you guys, this podcast is way longer. Excuse me, there's the voice crack. This podcast is way longer than I thought it was going to be. I mean,
we were getting heated about NFL.
I mean, this is NFL segment was 30 minutes. All right, let's move on. Speaking of NFL, predictions to kick us off: Jets and Browns. Who do you guys have
for the Hall of Fame game?
Yes, sir.
First game of the season this Thursday. I have the Browns. Normally for preseason, I pick the worser team.
Aiden,
did we do viewing pick of the week, or did we do that after?
We'll do that last.
Okay.
I got it.
I got Jets beating the Browns,
and I got the Jets as well. So
because they got Zach Wilson, I'm really excited to see. I think he's going to do well.
Yeah, I think Zach Wilson. Actually, I got a prediction really quick. Zach Wilson is going to absolutely light up that team. I see insane game for Zach Wilson coming. Let's go Astros. Let's go. How about this one? Astros and Yankees. Who you guys have in this series?
Well, I think the Astros are just going to yank away the win for the Yankees. I got the Astros.
That was an out of this world joke. I'm going with the Astros.
That comes over here.
Oh, that was an out of this world joke. I'm going with the Astros.
I got the Yankees. You know, I have to go with the Yankees on that. I'm not gonna go with the Chitros. Pirates and Brewers. Who do you have?
I got the Brewers.
I'm going with the Brewers. Ever since they got Sal Friedrich, I mean, they're on fire. Brewers.
Give me the Pirates on this one. Rays and Tigers. How about that one?
You kidding me? Let's wager.
I'm not wagering that. I'm very sus about that one.
All right, so the Rays and Tigers.
I just want to be different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and different got you negative 3 points.
Just be different. You know, kids, people just be different. That's
right.
okay.
So
Yeah, it's being different when you have 0 trophies on beside your name on the link.
Oh, do you?
I've been in second every single time. You've been in last
No.
every single time.
No, I'm about to be first in football season. Don't get me started though.
all right, well, yeah, all right, little two non-trophies.
Tigers and Rays.
I will. Okay, so the next game, Rays versus Tigers. All the fans listening, raise your hand if you believe the Rays are going to win because I think the Rays are going
And
to win.
I'm raising my hand because the Rays are winning.
Yeah, and I raised my hand as well because the Rays are also winning. Let's go White Sox and Guardians. Who do you guys have in that one?
I have White Sox on. I took them off right for this game prediction because I have the Guardians.
Yeah, I think that's the rest of those White Sox. You know what? You better be guarding them because I'm going to throw them in the trash.
And
They're
they're
Guardians.
smelly too. I need to put them in the wash machine.
This is so random, but yes, I got the Guardians in this one. The White Sox are just terrible. Let's go Dodgers and Padres.
It's terrible, just like the smell.
Who do you guys got? Dodgers
Ooh.
and Padres.
Oh, sorry, I gotta hold my nose because I'm dodging the smell. I got the Dodgers.
Dodging, more like I'm dodging you because these Padres are on a roll, winning 3 games in a row against the Rangers.
I honestly think the series is going to be tied. 4-game series. I think they're both going to win 2 games, but if they have to, I think the Dodgers.
Same. I would give the Dodgers a slight advantage, but I kind of agree with what Aiden said there. Let's go. Okay, move on to MLS. Orlando SC against Inter Miami. Who do you guys have in that one?
I have Inter Miami.
I'm out here in Miami picking for Messi.
Where they at? Where's he at? I got Inter Miami as well. So we got Inter Miami on the board. Messi hat trick is my. Wait, what did you guys say? How many goals for Messi? What do you think?
1.
2.
So we have 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Jordi Alba's can also be pretty good. All right, let's go. Pretty close. I'm gonna say maybe 3-2. It'll be interesting. Okay, FC Juarez. I don't understand what this. I don't know. I don't know what their name is against LA. It's somebody against LAFC, and I've got LAFC.
I have LAFC.
LA, can you see a victory?
So I got LAFC. Okay, NYCFC against the New York Red Bulls. Who do you guys have in that one?
I have NYCFC.
You know what? Are you tired? Because I'm not tired. Because I am not drinking this Red Bull. I'm going with the NYFC.
Yeah, I got NYCFC as well. Let's go Club Leon against Real Salt Lake. Give me Real Salt Lake. I mean, they have been on fire lately. I mean, I am all into it. I'm mining for gold in Utah, baby. I got Real Salt Lake.
I don't want you to be too salty, but I got Club Leon. So I don't know what you're trying to think in Real Salt Lake, but I think Club Leon's got the win here. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I know. You know what? Why is the house turning neon? Because I'm going with Club Leon.
Wait. Can you guys wager that?
Just 2 points each if I feel like that's what Alex agrees on.
Yeah, I'm feeling Real.
Is that
All
okay
right.
with you, Benjamin? 2
4
points each?
Yeah. So 4 points over. Okay. Cruz Azul against Charlotte FC.
I feel
Let me
like
see here. I'm going Cam Newton. It's Cam time. It's Cam Newton because they're playing in Charlotte, baby. That's Cam Town. We got
Benjamin,
Charlotte.
you're the type of person that absolutely knows nothing, and if a football was right there during a Super Bowl, you would just watch it. Because I have Cruz Azul cruising their way to win this, and I think Cruz Azul is going to win.
Wait, and by the way, kind of quick fact right here. Me and Aiden are fixing to go to Hawaii this fall break. We're gonna ride in a cruise. Azul.
Hey, can you guys wager that?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay,
What do
I
you
would
want?
absolutely. I will wager like 5 points.
I'd wager
each
4.
of you. Okay, Aiden, what are you gonna wager?
I'll wager 3 just because I want to stay on top.
Okay. All right. Okay. Minnesota United against Columbus Crew. I got Columbus Crew, baby.
I got the Columbus Crew, something we can finally agree on, Benjamin.
You know what? I'm glad this whole entire crew can vote and pick Columbus Crew.
All right. Club America against Chicago Fire. Club America, massive, because I am about the USA, so Club America.
I got Club America because I just think that they're going to win. Yeah.
Unlike the U.S. women's national team, I can pick America. Club America.
All right, Monterrey against the Portland Timbers. I say Timber because it's the Portland Timbers who are winning.
I got the Portland Timbers.
Shiver me timbers if I was a Montever fan. Portland Timbers.
Okay, this is just getting cringy, so I'm not going to do, any games. All I'll say is let's rock Music City, Nashville SC.
I have FC Cincinnati because the car rap team cannot focus enough.
Yes, and speaking of The Rock, Benjamin said the Dwayne The Rock Johnson, a.k.a. Joe Burrow, was going to win this for FC Cincinnati.
Do you guys want to wager that?
I would love to.
I would honestly love to, Benjamin.
With my Rock Hard app.
How much do you guys want to wager?
Alex, how much do you want to wager, Alex?
I would love to wager 2 or 3.
I'll go 3.
I would love to wager
Aiden?
3, Benjamin.
We could take this to Burrowhead.
This episode's going to either go really, really good or really bad for me. All right, let's go to viewing pick of the week, you guys. Who do you guys have in that?
Okay, so Benjamin, I have the Dodgers versus Padres series. I don't know if we can do a series if it's just one game, but
fine.
I think the Dodgers versus Padres series is going to be really good, really tight. And so if you want to watch some good baseball, we'll watch the Dodgers versus Padres.
My pick of the week is the FA Community Shield. Well, sorry, I hit my head on the mic. FA Community Shield, Sunday, 10 o'clock Central AM, and it's going to be Arsenal versus Man City.
That's a really good one. Mine's the Jets and the Browns to kick off all of football here tomorrow night, 8 Eastern on NBC. So, all right, you guys, that's our thoughts on this week in sports. My name is Benjamin, and we thank you for watching.
I'm Alex, and I appreciate if y'all watch all of this. This is a little bit longer podcast. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at tlees5588@gmail.com.
And before I go, I believe that this podcast is a little bit longer because I have talked a lot more than previous episodes. I know last episode I talked a lot more because I'm trying to get ready for football season, and y'all need the analysts for the Big 10, Big 12 for me. And so thank you guys for watching. We really do appreciate it. And our numbers have been going up. We haven't mentioned that yet, but we really do appreciate every single one of you. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I think ever since Aiden said he's going to do the Big 10 and Big 12, he's been a really big help.
Very true. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, besties. Go Vols.